Nice to talk to you. What should I call you? Do you have a nickname people call you? You can call me whatever you want. First name is fine. Okay, thanks. Nice to hear, Laura. I'm glad we can become friendly with each other. I hope that we can get on very well and have a close relationship. It's not good to be too distant from people. I don't like to live life like that. Okay, I can do that, Pauline. I just didn't want to be too friendly. I think it's always a good idea to respect people, but if you want to be more friendly, then that's fine too. It was so nice to meet with you. I had a really nice time. I hope we can meet again sometime soon. The food was really nice too. I enjoyed that. That's nice to hear. I'm glad that you enjoyed yourself, and I'm glad that you liked the food. I would have been really upset if you weren't happy. I always try to make nice food on special occasions. It's the first time I made food for you, but you can have it again in the future. I like cooking, so it's really not a problem for me. I know that as people get older, they start to appreciate good food more. I'll put in a special effort next time. I know that life must have been very hard for you. You had to raise your daughter all on your own. It must have been really hard for you and caused a lot of stress. I suppose you didn't have time to cook for yourself with everything you had to do. I know that you worked hard to pay for your daughter. This must be the best food you've ever had. Don't worry, I don't mind making it for you. You just tell me when you want some nice food and I can make it for you. I understand everything. I understand your life and I'm here to support you. I did work hard to look after my daughter. I'm so happy that you recognize this. I tried to do my best in difficult circumstances. I want my daughter to have the best of everything. What about the wedding venue? Has that been sorted out yet? Do you know where you want the wedding to be? I think we need to find a location as soon as we can. We don't want to leave it too late. We still haven't sorted out an exact date for the wedding, and I really think we need to do that too. I think everyone has a busy schedule, so it's difficult to find a suitable date. I'm really hoping that we can find a suitable date in the future, but I don't know when that will be. But of course, it's not our decision, it's theirs. We shouldn't push to make them have a wedding when it's convenient for us. We don't have to stick to a certain date if it's not in everyone's best interests. Let's just let them decide and then go along with it. Whatever they choose is okay for me. I really hope that it's a nice day whenever it is. I'm sure it will happen soon. I hope so too. I can't wait to see you at the wedding. I presume that you're going to be there. Of course I'm going to be there. Why would I miss it? Why would you think I wouldn't be there? Okay, I was just checking. I just wanted to know for sure. It's great to see that you're there to support your daughter. I know how it is to be alone. My husband died a few years ago unexpectedly, and it was so hard for me to get through it. Fortunately for me, I didn't have to raise a child on my own. You did so well to do that. I don't think I could have done that all on my own. It must have been hard for you. I bet lots of people were talking about you being a single mom. Maybe they don't know the truth about what happened. I don't know if I could have dealt with the gossip. Thank you for your concern. It was difficult, but I managed. Is this what you wanted to talk to me about? I just wanted to have a heart-to-heart with another woman. I wanted to talk to you about the wedding and things like that. I hope I'm not prying too much into your past. If you don't want to talk about it, then you can just tell me. I also heard that you dropped out of high school. Is that right? Why are you asking me that? What business is it of yours? So what if I didn't finish high school? Why would that be a problem? It was a long time ago now. It's in the past. I just think it might be a bit embarrassing for us all. If you come to the wedding and then I have to introduce you to everyone, it might be awkward. What will I tell them? What if they know the truth about you and your past? Don't you think it would be better if you just didn't come to the wedding? It might be easier for everyone involved. There would be nothing to be embarrassed about if you weren't there. Who introduces someone by explaining their education history? I've never heard of that. I think that's a bit unfair. I don't think anyone is going to care about my level of education. My dad died when I was young, so I had to leave school to pay for my family. My mom couldn't afford everything on her own, so I had to help out. It was really difficult for me, but it's what I had to do. I didn't have any other choice. I'm not ashamed of what I did. You shouldn't judge people who had a different life to you. You shouldn't look down on me. I don't think it's normal. I don't think you need to do it. There should have been someone there to help you out. Why would you need to leave school? Where is that okay? I don't know anyone who left school that early. I've never even heard of it. I didn't think it was allowed. What can society do with such uneducated people? If you don't get a good education, then you're going to be poor. It's really important for everyone. I think you're just making an excuse to try and explain what you did. Do you think I want such a low-class person at my son's wedding? It's going to be a humiliation. I think it would be much better if you didn't show up. I'd really prefer it that way. What does my past have to do with this wedding? I told you what happened, and I'm not telling lies. I can't go back and change things now. I don't want it to affect my daughter and her wedding. I think you should just push it to the back of your mind and forget about it. My daughter went to university. She's well educated, and that's all that matters. I know that. She is a nice girl. Pretty and intelligent. I don't have a problem with her. She's a really attractive girl. She's not like you at all. Honestly, what's your problem? You're being extremely rude. I think you need to be a bit nicer to me. I can say whatever I want. It's a free country. I want what's best for my son. Your daughter is nice, but you are not. There's a difference. I know it must have been really hard for you to raise her all on your own, but that doesn't fully compensate. I really sympathize with you, but it still doesn't mean I want you at the wedding. I think the whole event would be better off without you. I don't want lower-class people at my son's wedding. It would really ruin the atmosphere. I want it to be a really luxurious and glamorous event. I only want high-class people to be present. That means you should stay away. After the wedding, I think you're also on your own. I don't think I'll be wanting to communicate with you again. I don't think we'll be able to understand each other's world. We're just too different. Are you really being serious here? I think you overrate your own importance. It's not going to a high-class wedding. It's just going to be a normal wedding, and I am allowed to attend. How could I not go to my daughter's wedding? That would really ruin the atmosphere. I know she wants me to be there, and so I will go. I'm not going to miss it just because of you. I never thought I'd meet a woman like you. You really are something special. I'm not going to let myself get angry over this. I'm not going to let you ruin anything. Are you even being serious here? Is this some kind of a joke? If it is, then now is the time to stop. It's not funny anymore. I'm not going to let you talk down to me like this. I worked so hard to look after my daughter. I came from difficult circumstances, but I still made it through. After all my effort, I'm not going to miss her wedding for anything in the world. You're really crazy if you think I'm going to do that. I just worry that you might do something uncivilized at the wedding. I really don't want that to happen. I really don't like uncivilized people, and that's why I don't want you at the wedding. Why would I want such people at the wedding? What use is there if you're there? You're not going to be adding anything to the day, and it might be a risk to have you there. I want people who know how to behave properly, and no one else. I'm hoping that you'll agree with this, and then I can tell my son the good news. I know he wouldn't want you there either. He has very high standards, too. I don't think I'll regret this at all. I think it's the right decision. I just wish that you could see things how I see them. I'm really sorry that you didn't get to see your one and only daughter in her wedding dress. I'm really sorry that you just had to stay at home crying about the whole thing. I hope you're okay now. I hope the whole thing wasn't too hard on you. I'm so happy that you've given your daughter to our family. She's a lovely girl, and she's going to be a great daughter-in-law for me. I'm so glad that you didn't come to the wedding. You know that I didn't want you there, and it really made me feel better that you didn't attend. I know you thought that I was a little rude, but I did what I had to. I hope you can accept it. I'm happy about it, too. I'm glad that I didn't have to see your ugly face. That would have been really terrible for me. What? What did you say about me? Ugly? I'm not ugly. I'm just being honest. There's nothing wrong with a bit of honesty now and again. You've never been nice to me, so I don't see why I should hold back and keep pretending. I just wish you wouldn't call me that. You can dish it out but can't take it, huh? I'll say whatever I want about you now. I have no reason to be polite. I also know a few secrets about you. Word gets around and people find out. What do you know? Don't say dumb things just to try and make me angry. I'm not saying dumb things. I know what I'm talking about. I know about your little problem. You claim to be a woman of sophistication, but I'm not sure it's true. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? I have been sick from time to time. It wasn't my fault. It was a disease. It must have been really difficult for you. I can really relate to you. I've had some difficulties in my life, and it was hard to get through them. I find the best way is to just power through and hope for the best. I came from a poor family. I can get through anything. If I can, then you can too. If you've been having symptoms, then you can go and see a doctor and get yourself checked out. You don't need to be shy about it. I don't need your advice. Please be quiet. I don't want to talk about it. I'm on my way to a restaurant, and I've nearly arrived. When I get there, I won't have time to talk to you. I thought I got rid of you, but here you are again to try and make me unhappy. Please just stop talking to me and don't tell anyone about my problem. I don't want people to know. Where are you going and who are you going with? Are you with my daughter? It's none of your business. Whatever you're doing, I hope you have a nice time. You left me out in the cold, so you just go and enjoy yourself. I don't think I'd want to be there even if you invited me. I'd rather not see you again. Then we are both happy. I'm happy here with my new family and you're happy there on your own. We don't need to mix and we don't need to talk. Maybe it's time that we went our separate ways. I hope you feel happy about what you did. You stopped me from coming to the wedding. You tried to ruin the relationship between me and my daughter. I will still see my daughter even if I didn't see her on the wedding day. I wouldn't be so sure if I were you. Once she gets used to life with me and my son, she won't want to talk to you again. Who would want to be associated with such an uneducated and low-class woman? Your daughter has really moved up in the world and escaped you. You can try, but I don't think you'll have much luck. I know that my daughter won't forget me. I raised her since she was a child, and she'll always be thankful to me. I know that she is loyal to me, even if I didn't see her on her wedding day. That was your doing, not hers. I know she would have wanted me to be there. I've done so much for her, and I know she'll never forget about me. I remember when I had to work 2 jobs in order to save for her to go to college. It was hard on me, but I did that because I wanted the best for my daughter. I didn't want her to suffer the same life I had. I wanted her life to be better. What will she think about you not being at her wedding? It was your fault that I was not at the wedding. I know she will forgive me for what happened. I didn't come because I didn't want to cause a big scene. I was worried about what you'd do if I did turn up, so I thought it was best if I didn't go. I always tried to be nice to you, and this is how you repay me. I always made nice food for you whenever you visited my house, but it seems it just wasn't enough. You really can't be pleased. Your expectations are too high. I'm sure you can get by without me. As for my daughter, I know she will come back to me. I know she misses me already. She isn't just going to abandon me like that. We have a strong bond. She still thinks of me as her loving mother, and I know she always will do. I expect to see her a lot, even if she has married into your family. Did you really think that she would forget me just like that? You really don't understand my daughter. I think it's only a matter of time until she realizes what kind of a person you are. We all know that you are calculating and arrogant. In time she will work this out, and then she won't want to see you anymore. Maybe even your own son will start to tire of you. I don't know why he hasn't already. I think now he'll start to focus on his wife. Maybe he'll have less time for you. I really don't think that's going to happen. I think you're imagining things. You just want to get back at me because you didn't come to the wedding. It won't happen. My son loves me more than anything. I'm the reason why he's grown up to be such a great guy. I'm the reason why he has a good job and a nice wife. Without me, he'd be nothing, and he knows that. Just you wait and see. They're going on their honeymoon soon. They might enjoy life without you and not want to go back to how things were. I know that when they get back, they're going to move into a new house together. I'm sure it's going to be as far away from you as possible. I think they're doing it because they want to get away from you. Sorry. What? How can you even suggest such a thing? I don't think they want to see you again. I think you've served your purpose in their lives. Don't be surprised if you see less of them from now on. I think they're really going to enjoy things without you. Who would want such an awful mother in the first place? Pauline didn't see much of her son after the marriage. She didn't see much of my daughter either. They just wanted to quietly escape from her and live their own lives. I don't blame them. Pauline really was a horrible old lady. No one liked her. They told me that they felt a bit sorry about abandoning her, but I told them there was no need for that. She deserves everything that happens to her. She really is unbearable. The right choice is to do what you want to do. Don't let others hold you down. Go and live a happy life. The life that you want to live, and never look back or regret. I'm so happy that the two of them are having a happy life together. It's what they deserve and what I want for them. As for me, I'm just getting by with my life. I make enough money to be comfortable. It's not a luxurious life, but I'm happy all the same. As long as I'm happy from now on, that's enough for me. My daughter is married and I have done my duty as a mother. Now all I need to do is enjoy my life. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Hey, John. It's been a while since you and I went on a proper date with each other. I feel like you never really make time for me anymore. Do you think you could leave this weekend open so that we can do something?
Oh my god, Liz, I can't believe you're giving me this headache right now. Are you serious? You're seriously gonna ask me something like that? I've got way too much on my plate to think about going on a date with you. I'm sorry, but I've got priorities.
Oh, come on, are you serious? How busy are you? You know I keep in contact with your mom. She tells me that you're not particularly busy.
What the? Don't listen to my mom, she's a liar. She doesn't understand anything. She doesn't understand me either. When I say I'm busy, okay? If you want to be a good girlfriend, you'll sit there and understand.
Yeah, okay, whatever. I wonder what you're so busy with in the first place. You've always had a heavy video gaming habit, and I'm pretty sure you're spending a lot of your time there. You know we have so many assignments to complete for school, right? With our graduation year coming up, I thought you would be a bit more serious about this.
Liz, come on. Stop looking at me that way. I'm serious about this. Think about all the activities that I have. I don't just have the assignments like you do. I have extracurriculars, like I'm part of the soccer team, and I have the captain to deal with.
You're talking about James, right? I guess that would make you pretty busy, but from what I'm hearing, you're one of the slackers on that team. You're constantly screwing around during practice. It's actually dangerous to have you on the field. You've barely even gotten yourself on the bench.
You people just don't get it. You need someone who's a little bit fun and lighthearted. We can't be serious all the time. No one's gonna turn up for training.
Yeah, from what I hear, you don't even turn up for training yourself.
What did you just say?
Never mind. I understand if you can't see me this weekend, but can you at least give me a reason?
You're so nosy, aren't you? If you want this relationship to go well, you're gonna have to get rid of that little habit of yours. I'll have you know that I'm with the captain.
The captain? You're talking about James.
Yeah, I'm talking about James. You see, despite what people think about me and my performance, the captain actually likes me. He appreciates me. He appreciates me so much that he's quite insistent on me. He always wants to hang out with me, have dinners together and whatnot.
I see. So you're going out to dinner with the captain. It's a bit of a peculiar situation, especially considering you and him are polar opposites.
Yeah, I know that James likes to put on a tough exterior and really drill everyone to the ground, but he's a big softy on the inside. He's not as tough as you think he is, and he knows a hard worker when it's put in front of him.
Yeah, alright, fair enough. I guess I just have to take your word for it. But you better think about making some time for us at some point. I'm important too, you know. Hey girl! So how'd it go? Did you manage to score a date with your slacker boyfriend? What do you think? Of course I didn't. I got some lame excuse about him going out for lunch on the weekend. Are you kidding me right now? That guy really needs to get his act together. He can't keep behaving like this forever. I know. Honestly, I'm at the point of thinking about breaking off the relationship. I'm not really getting much out of this. I first dated John because I thought he was a sweet guy, but now he's just really distant and looks down on me. It's a big turnoff, to be honest. And he gets all defensive when I criticize his lifestyle. I feel like I'm dating a guy with the mental age of a 2-year-old. I understand exactly how you feel in that situation. I'm really glad the guy I'm with doesn't treat me that way. The guy you're with? What are you talking about? I didn't know you were dating someone. Whoops! Looks like I let the cat out of the bag. Just ignore what I said. Oh my god, Mary, you have to tell me who it is! I really want to know. Yeah, look, I don't want to get into it. Oh my god, are you serious right now? Anyway, let's get back to the real subject here. Which is John. Who is he supposedly going to dinner with? It's not a girl or something, is it? Yeah, right. A guy like him with a different girl? I find that hard to imagine. Apparently, he's with Captain James. I'm sorry, what now? Yeah, James has a soft spot for him or something. He says they're constantly hanging out. I guess there's not much I can do about it. I mean, he is the captain after all. If there's anyone that's going to turn my boyfriend into a proper guy, it's him. Hang on a minute. I don't believe what I'm hearing right now. It can't be James. That's not what he's doing this weekend. What are you talking about? Why? Well, because... okay, fine. You want to know the truth? I'm actually dating James. Oh my god, Mary, you're actually dating James? That's hilarious. What a coincidence. And you know what? Good catch. He's a really good person. Yeah, thanks. But look, I know James really well, and he's constantly complaining about John. He's constantly around him. And not only that, but James and I have plans this weekend. We were going to go mountain climbing. Oh, that sounds so awesome. I wish I could do something like that. Except not really now, because it's quite clear that John is lying to me. If he's not seeing James, then what is he doing exactly? How are you going to play this one, girl? I'll think of something. I'll get back to you on what happens. Hey, John, can I talk to you for a minute?
Oh my god, are you kidding me right now? You had enough time talking my ear off before, didn't you? What do you want from me now?
Well, look, this is kind of important, so I just want you to listen to me. I'm really curious about the place you and James are going to be eating this weekend.
Why? Why would you be so curious about that?
I don't know. I just am.
Well, I'm not telling you.
Why not?
Think about it. I know the type of girl you are. Chances are you're just gonna turn up and try and sabotage things, aren't you?
Come on, that's ridiculous. I wouldn't do anything like that.
With your clingy attitude, I wouldn't put it past me.
Stop being stupid. Just tell me where it is.
No, I'm not gonna tell you where it is. Let me ask you a question, Liz. Do you even understand who I'm gonna see this weekend? Do I need to remind you?
No, you don't.
Okay, well, just remember that this is James we're talking about. He's as tight as it gets. He loves having everything go to plan. He loves everything being organized. And if you turned up, what do you think that's gonna do? It's gonna look bad on me, isn't it? And then what happens? I get there on the soccer field and he's gonna make me do 2,000 more push-ups than we usually do.
Well, if you ask me, that's probably going to fix your personality. Not that I'm going to be turning up anyway.
Yeah, whatever. I know you're just lying to me right now. I don't trust you.
Are you kidding me? I'm your girlfriend. I'm the one person that you should trust.
Yeah, well, you're a girlfriend that really doesn't think about me. You don't truly care about me and what I have to do, so I can't trust you with this type of information. Sorry, but if you want to have special access to parts of my life like this, you're gonna have to try a little bit harder to impress me.
Hey, you saw the messages, right? I sent you a screenshot before. I sure did. Man, what a loser. Who does this guy think he is? So he really is trying to make it seem like he and James are going to be seeing each other this weekend. It's just straight up wrong. I know, it's really pathetic. I mean, the more he lies, the more I lose respect for him. You know what's going on here, don't you? It's quite clear that he's trying to hide something. And that something is most likely some secret girl he's been seeing. You're not wrong about that. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what's happening here. But anyway, what are you gonna do about this? You're just gonna let him off the hook? You just gonna let him get away with it? I'm telling you right now, that John character is a little weasel. I wouldn't let him get away with this scot-free. Especially if he was cheating. I know how much time and love you put into that guy. No way. I'm not gonna let this slide. Look, I'm gonna go to his house without him knowing. Maybe I can see what he's up to. If I have to, I'll even follow him if he exits the house. Let's see what my boyfriend is doing behind my back. You've really outdone yourself, haven't you, John? I bet you think you're so smart.
Hey, what do you think you're doing right now? Don't you realize what I'm doing today? I'm out with James. I don't want you interrupting me. He wants my full and undivided attention.
Don't give me that bullcrap. I've already seen what you've been up to. I've seen you walking around the mall with a different girl.
I'm sorry, what now?
Yeah, that's right. I knew something was wrong here. You've been cheating on me, John. You've been cheating on me and trying to hide it this whole time. You disgusting little weasel.
Well, well, well. Looks like you know the truth then. Yeah, I've been cheating on you. What do you think about her, by the way? She's quite a looker, isn't she? It's not every day that you see a girl like that. And get this, she's an older girl. She's in her first year of university. She must be so sick of the dweeb she has to hang out with at university that she wanted to hang out with me instead.
You being a massive dweeb yourself, the king of dweebs even. Is that really what she goes after?
Oh, shut up. Don't you dare insult me. You're just trying to put me down because you're jealous of her beauty.
I don't know if she's that beautiful, to be honest. She's kind of average. And not only that, but it's quite clear that she manufactures her beauty with skimpy clothing and Botox. It's not what I would call beautiful, to be honest.
Yeah, go on. Keep dissing her. You're only making yourself look worse and worse.
If she's an older girl, why is she with you in the first place? I can't imagine it's because you're as cool as you think you are. I have to be honest, you were dressed quite flashy today as well. I've never seen you wear that type of clothing before.
I know, right? It was a really good fit, wasn't it? I mean, the drip was on point. She couldn't resist.
Where'd you get the money for it?
That's a very good question. You see, I'm a lot craftier than people think I am. I told my parents to stop giving me food at night.
What?
I said I didn't need it and would rather get pocket money instead. They asked me how I was going to get by without food, and I said I was such a great employee that the pizza place I work at was basically giving me free dinners.
Really? You, a great worker? I find that hard to believe.
Yeah, well, look, I have to be honest, I'm not a great worker at all. In fact, I've just been stealing the pizza there. There's tons of leftovers. Things go missing and no one notices. After that, I used every little penny I earned from that job to save up for this outfit, and then bam, I've scored one looker of a girl. Do you know that she's an Instagram model? Of course you wouldn't. You'd be trying to avoid those things so you stop losing confidence in yourself.
Listen to the way you're talking right now. You don't care at all. You don't even have the decency to say sorry. You don't feel ashamed and you're not trying to hide it. It's quite clear that our relationship means nothing to you.
You're damn right about that. You see, I only date good-looking girls. You were a little bit of fun for me for a time, but I'm finished now. I'm upgrading to a girl that actually has quality, not some basic, uninspiring girl that's still in high school.
You absolute jerk. Don't you ever talk to me again!
Are you kidding me? I'm not gonna talk to you in 1,000 years. Are you actually worried about that?
Hey Liz, how did everything go today? Did you catch him in the act? I sure did. He's got a really big head about himself. He's dating some girl who's an Instagram model or something. He's such a loser. He had to save up every little penny he had just to buy some pretentious outfit to impress her. She thinks he's loaded. There's no way he's gonna keep a girl like that for long. Oh my God, Liz! I can't believe what I'm hearing. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm always here if you need to chat. Come over, and I'll make you some hot chocolate with marshmallows. That will cheer you up. Cheer me up? Are you kidding me? Don't think I'm down about this. I've already found a way to get back at him. Get back at him? Yeah, look, it's going to involve James, but don't worry. I'm not going to inconvenience him too much.
Hey, Runt, don't you dare ignore my messages. You know what happens when you do that. What's this bullcrap about you and I hanging out together on the weekend? Oh, hey, how's it going? Always love hearing a message from my captain. What's going on? Do you need a hand with anything? Don't give me that happy-go-lucky attitude. I know you've been making up some nonsense about you and I being friends and hanging out a lot. I also know that you've been seeing a girl in secret while you're dating Liz. Oh, you know about that? I sure do, and you know my policy. I have very high standards for my team. I'm not going to tolerate some scumbag cheater amongst my team, especially a dirty cockroach like you. You're going to be in for a world of hurt during our next training session. Aw, man, are you kidding me right now? You skank. How could you do something like that? How could you ruin my life this way? This is ridiculous. Just who the hell do you think you are?
What?
You didn't have to tell my captain. Do you know how much he's been kicking me to the curb in practice? It is absolute torture. I feel like I'm walking through pits of hell. Every night before I go to sleep, I see his face there just tormenting me, telling me to do more burpees. I can't put up with this any longer.
Stop being such a baby, John. He's whipping you into shape. You did the wrong thing, and you're paying for it.
What do you mean? You couldn't just let this one go?
Of course not. I took our relationship seriously. You know, you're a nice guy, and I thought you deserved a chance. Little did I think that you would actually do something as pretentious as dating some fake Instagram model behind my back.
It was a little bit of fun. Don't get angry at me because I can get myself a high-quality girl.
Yeah, right. I'm still not convinced she's into you.
This is beside the point. James is out of his mind making me do this much work. You have to talk to him.
Fat chance of that happening. You know Mary is dating James, and she knows him really well. She knows his outlook on people who cheat. From what she says, he looks at them as scum because his father cheated on his mother. Whatever pain he experienced from having a father like that is being put onto you right now.
You don't need to tell me that. I've already had enough experiences with him to know there's screws loose upstairs. You gotta stop him.
Let me think about that. Nope. I'm gonna let things continue as they are. Goodbye. Don't you ever talk to me again. James put John through arduous training session after arduous training session. He had no mercy on John. John thought that life couldn't get any worse than that. Unfortunately, it did. That Instagram model grew more and more tired of him. She was sick of seeing the same outfit he wore every single day. John didn't have the money to buy a different snazzy suit that she would be impressed by. She realized that he didn't have as much money as she originally thought and decided to ditch him as soon as she could. John was now alone and looking for companionship. However, everyone knew about his reputation at school. They all knew what he did to me. No one even gave him a glance. It's going to take a long time for him to repent for his sins. I really hope James is putting him through the ringer. If he doesn't beat him into shape, no one can. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe to see more videos like this in the future. Hi, are you there? Are you busy right now, or do you have time to talk? Hi there, I'm free. What is it? There's nothing wrong. I just wanted to contact you. We haven't spoken for so long, so I figured it was time to get in touch. We used to be so close, but now we don't seem to speak as much. It must be the pace of the modern world. Everyone has this and that to do, and we don't make time for each other anymore. Sometimes I wish we could go back to a time when we didn't have all these digital distractions. Okay, that's fine. I just thought you didn't like idle chit-chat. No, I like talking to you. Why wouldn't I want to? I like talking with people, actually. I like to send people messages a few times a day just to see how they are. That's nice. I also like to do that. It's nice to stay in touch, isn't it? It's natural for girls to want to talk. If you don't tell people your feelings, then it can be bad for your psychology. I read a book about it once. Being open and honest is the best way. If you keep everything inside, then it can erupt in anger and frustration. It's better for us to talk than just spend all the time listening to a nagging mother-in-law. You're getting married soon, so I know you'll understand what I'm talking about. How are the wedding plans coming along? It's going to be next month, isn't it? You've been together for 10 years already. It's like you're already husband and wife. Sort of. It feels that way from time to time. You knew your husband for 7 years before marriage, isn't that true? That was only 7 years. Don't you think that 10 years is a lot longer? 10 years is too long. It's certainly time for a marriage. You're not young anymore. You're getting older and older, and it's really time to tie the knot. But at the same time, you need to be careful about how much you spend on the wedding. You know the economy has been bad recently, so it's not really the time for a lavish wedding. You might regret it in the future if you spend a lot of money right now on an expensive wedding. It might look nice on Instagram and all your friends might be jealous, but you really need to think about the future. May I suggest that instead of an expensive wedding, you spend your money on things you need for the new house? Why not spend some money on some electrical appliances or some furniture? It would be a really wise investment and would save you money in the long run. It's really nice to listen to your suggestions, but I'm not sure it's any of your business. I will decide what happens at my wedding and not you. It's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime event, and I want everything to be perfect. I would regret not spending enough money on it, rather than the other way around. I will decide with my husband and both of our parents. It will be our decision alone. You had a wedding, and it was no small event. Why shouldn't I also have a nice wedding? I know what it's like.
I remember at my wedding, the dress and the venue, it was all so wonderful, but I was modest. I understand what it's like to get married, but you have to think of other people's feelings too. You can't just go showing off and spending a lot of money. Other people will get jealous. Imagine how they'll feel when you have a big and wonderful wedding. They'll be uncomfortable. You should consider them too.
Are you joking? I'm not going to scale back my wedding just because other people will be jealous.
Also, people have to spend a lot of money on gifts for you. It's going to be really expensive. Have you considered telling people that they can just buy you a small gift? You know that times are tough for so many people, so why not let them just buy you something small? It will be easier for them financially, and you can have the happiness of knowing you made their lives easier. The cost of living is going up, and people's wages are not keeping pace. Why not give people an easier time? Having a wedding in times like these is really going to stress a lot of people out. I don't want to have to buy anything myself. It's such a big expense for me. It's doing nothing for me apart from causing me more stress.
Is life really that tough for you? I thought you were doing well.
My husband isn't making as much money as he used to. The economy has gone bad, and so his business isn't making as much money as we'd have liked. It's a pain, but if we are frugal, then we can get by. We even ask for food from my mom and dad. When we go to their house, my mother cooks some stuff for us, and I take it home to eat. It helps us out a little bit and reduces our food costs.
If it's really going to be that difficult for you, then maybe you don't need to buy me a present. I didn't realize times were so hard for you. You just give me what you think you can afford, and if it's only something small, then that's okay too. I don't mind. I won't think any less of you if you don't get me something expensive. Money is not the most important thing. The most important thing is your feelings to me. I'll just be happy that you're there and you're wishing me to have a happy marriage.
Really? Do you mean that? I didn't realize you were such a forgiving person. It's nice to hear, to be honest, and a total shock. So you won't be unhappy if I just give you a small gift? I can still come to your wedding? It won't be awkward?
Where are you now? Are you okay? I've been wanting to contact you for a while now.
I'm fine. I'm currently on my way home. The wedding was great. I had a good time. The food was really fantastic. Now I've left and I'm on my way back home. Hope you have a nice time. If I stayed at the wedding, then I just end up having awkward conversations with family members. I'm not a great fan of that kind of thing, so I thought I'd leave. Is that okay? Actually, I really hate all those irritating questions that people ask, so I'd rather not hang around that long.
Is it really that bad? Don't you enjoy talking with your family members?
They always ask me personal questions, and I can't be bothered to answer them. I get the same questions everywhere I go, so it gets a little bit tiring. I went for a walk to get away from everyone. It happens every Christmas and every family event. They always want to know what I'm doing in life and all that kind of stuff. I'd rather not talk about it, so I try to avoid these events as and when I can.
I never get asked those questions. I can't see what the problem is. Even if they did, it's only natural to ask your family members how they are when you meet them.
They also ask a lot of questions about my husband. I told you that business is not good right now, and people always ask about that. We'd rather not be reminded of it. Also, we've been married for 2 years now. We're certainly past the honeymoon stage. We have arguments, and it can show in public. It's best to avoid intrusive questions about our marriage if we can.
I'm sorry to hear you feel that way.
It's fine. You don't do it. Also, I want you to know that if you have any problems in the future, then you can contact me.
Thanks for that. It's nice to know that you care. There is also one other thing I want to talk to you about. You left a gift for me at the wedding. It was quite expensive. I thought you were only going to buy me something small. Was there some kind of a mistake?
What do you mean? No mistake.
It was jewelry, and it looked like it was quite expensive.
What's wrong with giving jewelry? I think it's a really nice gift for you. You deserve it, and we can afford to buy you this. It's not too much. It's your wedding, so I wanted to buy you something nice. I think it's important to treat people to something nice when they get married. A marriage is special, so it needs a special gift to go with it.
I just feel like it's too much.
We spoke about it beforehand, and I really don't want to be putting you in a difficult financial position. Can you just stop questioning me? Can't you just accept the gift? We're not throwing money away on something stupid. Just because my husband's business is going through a difficult time doesn't mean that we can't spend money on you. Can you just do me a favor and accept the gift? I'm still worried that you spent too much. I don't want to be one of those girls who's covered in expensive things from head to toe. I'm happy to buy cheaper things. I almost feel like you're pestering me now. It seems like you really want to know about my financial situation. Just accept the gift and let's move on.
Have you said enough? Do you know who I am?
Who is it?
You know who it is. I came to see what gift you bought. You really made a big mistake this time, and you've been exposed for it. You spent a lot of money on this gift, despite the fact you told me you had none.
Wait, listen to me. I can explain all of this.
Get talking, and don't even think about playing games with me. Be honest. You owe me a lot of money, and I expect it back as soon as possible. You better hurry up and get me that money, otherwise there will be trouble.
That's going to be a bit difficult, I'm afraid. You've just suddenly come back into my life and you want all that money back. How am I going to get it so quickly?
You need to get thinking, and get it done quickly.
I don't have the money now. I'm sorry.
Why don't you have it? You have enough money to spend on expensive gifts at weddings, but you don't have enough money to pay me back? Why is that? You're trying to look rich in front of all these people, and now you're saying that you don't have any money.
I spent it all when I went shopping.
You spent it all?
I wanted to buy something really nice for the wedding. Weddings are an important occasion, and I didn't want to buy a cheap gift, did I?
Don't talk. You've already said enough. I don't want to hear any more trash come out of your mouth. Don't think for 1 second that you can talk your way out of this one. You're a crazy girl to think that I wouldn't find out one day. I always pitied you, but now I don't know what to think. You had a hard life, and I was always there for you. Ever since you dropped out of college because you got pregnant, I always felt I should support you. I felt really bad for you during that time, so I made a great effort to support you. It was sad that you became a mother at such a young age, but there's nothing we can do about it now. It happens to many people, and you just have to deal with it when it happens. I struggled and worked overtime to send you money so you weren't hungry. I also bought things for your house. Our whole family has made sacrifices so that you could live in comfort. Every time we got together, we had to economize so we could give money to you. You got everything and I got nothing, all because you got pregnant by accident. We sacrificed so much for you. We had to live a boring and frugal life with few comforts or pleasures. But deep down, I always suspected that you were not struggling. I just had a gut feeling that you had some secret source of money. I should have guessed with the clothes you wore. It's not how a poor person would dress. In the end, I guess I should blame myself for being so stupid. I really was a fool to not have worked this out sooner. But now is the end. I have reached my limit and I can go no further. I have exposed you and finally this can end.
Why do you have to be like this all of a sudden? You're usually so nice and now you've gone all aggressive and scary. I don't like it. You want the money back now? How can I get it back for you? Don't you think I'm important? Wasn't it worthwhile spending the money on me?
You cheated me out of a lot of money. How can I forgive you for that? You have to pay it back as soon as you can. I can't believe that you played this game for so long, fooling us all into thinking that you were in need. Now you've come to this wedding and you're spending money like you're a rich person. You're clearly not in need of financial aid. I am completely at a loss for words here. I don't know what to say. I've decided. This is the end. I'm not accepting any excuses from you. You have to pay me back what you owe me. Tomorrow I'll be taking this to court, so be prepared for a court case. Maybe you can use all your cash to get a good lawyer.
They never spoke to each other again. The outrage was too much, and they couldn't make up ever again. It's sad when people fall out like this, but sometimes there is no other option. They were always so nice to each other, but that didn't last. A great crime had been committed, and it wasn't something that was going to be forgotten very easily. Working so hard and being so frugal to help another person and then finding out it was all a lie. It was a great betrayal that couldn't be corrected. The feeling of despair was too intense.
How could anyone recover from such a terrible situation? Not to mention the feelings of anger and shame that those who were tricked felt. It was embarrassing to have been played like a fool for so long. After they stopped speaking to each other, things actually improved. After the initial stress and anger, they both seemed to get over it, although they never spoke again. Other members of the family are quietly moving on and hoping for better days. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.